lives in the details, never sleeps. Pike cuts the wheel of the Benz hard and bounces over the curb, accelerates up the ramp. As he reaches the top of the exit and comes to a stop, he sees the same black Jimmy pulling up quickly behind him, a brand-new SLT. It's up too close for him to get the plates. The windshield is filled with the reflection of leafy branches from the trees all around them. All he can see through the tint are two vague shapes. He has no particular reason to be worried, but it's an operational habit with him. He tended to notice things like that. The Jimmy has no signal on. Pike waits at the stop sign for a flatbed trailer to pass through and then signals a left turn onto 82 in the direction of Blue Stores. He watches the Jimmy's lights and sees the turn signal come on. He's also making a left. Pike thinks some more about the black Jimmy as he pulls out onto Highway 82 and crosses over the Taconic. The northbound traffic on the parkway was jammed solid as far as he could see. He moves out fast, passing the flatbed in a quarter mile. In a few minutes, he's far from the sound of the highway and traveling at a steady 70 down a two-lane blacktop that curves and twists over rolling countryside. The Jimmy has also passed the flatbed truck and is now a half-mile back, speeding, closing fast. Pike keeps his left hand on the wheel and disconnects his seatbelt, leans across the center console, flips open the glove compartment, pulls out a worn leather shaving kit, sets it down on the passenger seat. The Jimmy is now less than 100 feet back. He zips the kit bag open and lifts out a gray steel Smith & Wesson with his right hand, rebuckles his belt, and holds the Smith on his thigh. The Jimmy is now signaling a pass, so close to his bumper now that all he can see are headlights. There's a flat stretch coming up fast and then a long left curve running through a tree-lined section. There is no one else on the road. Pike lifts his foot off the accelerator, lets the Benz slow. He can hear the Jimmy's engine wind out as the driver guns it. The Jimmy pulls out and comes up beside him, the engine a dull roar through the thick glass of the Benz's window. There's movement up ahead, a pale blue pickup pulling onto the highway. It makes a right turn that puts it directly into the path of the Jimmy. The driver floors it, gaining speed. The pickup truck coming in fast, the Jimmy parallel with his car now. Pike looks up at the passenger window, a shiny black screen now rolling down, the blue pickup flashing its headlights, the driver punching the horn. Pike looks back up at the Jimmy. A young woman, blonde, maybe 19, her lips are moving, she's swearing at him, her face bright red and her mouth twisted and ugly. Pike hits his brakes and opens up the lane. The Jimmy driver cuts the wheel hard, just catching the left front fender of the Benz as he cuts in front, and now Pike sees the Jimmy's brake lights come on. The suicidal son of a bitch. He locks up the Benz, the scene bright and clear in his mind, his heart rate steady, no panic. There's a pale blue streak at his left shoulder, and he hears the horn on the pickup blaring as it goes by. 50 feet ahead, the Jimmy is now pulling away. The driver's arm is coming out of the window, the fuck you finger raised, and Pike gets the New Jersey plate number, IMA DV8. I'm a deviant? But now the Jimmy's brake lights come on again, and he sees smoke coming from the tires. It veers and comes to a full stop in the middle of the highway. Pike hits the brakes harder. His shaving kit flies into the passenger well, the Smith comes off his lap, lands with a thump beside the brake pedal. He brings the car to a halt less than 4 feet off the Jimmy's tailgate. The driver's door pops open, and a young man wearing a white tank top and tan slacks jumps out of the truck and comes back toward the Benz. His head is shaved and his body packed to bursting with muscle and sinew, a bony Italian face swollen with anger. He comes jogging in, much too fast for Pike to get out of the car and deal with him. As the man clears the left fender, he kicks the Benz hard and Pike hears glass shattering. The man, no older than 19 or 20, reaches the side window of the Benz, slams it hard with the flat of his hand. The Benz rocks from the blow. Pike locks eyes with the kid, who leans down into the window space and screams directly onto the glass, his breath clouding on it. Pike sees that the man has several of his rear molars capped. Around his thick neck there's a gold chain with a scapular medal of St. Christopher hanging on it. The kid's eyes are very blue, although his skin is olive and his shaved head is tinged with black bristles. His mouth is as ugly as the girl's. Pike isn't really listening to the words. He's busy processing a tactical shift. This is just a random contact with a civilian. This has nothing to do with his work. It looks like the kid has convinced himself that the near miss was Pike's fault, and is now communicating his displeasure to Pike using all the hip-hop gangster slang his sluggish cortex can process.